Hello, hello, everybody. Happy New Year to most of you. Some of you, more to come. I know it's 7 p.m. or about to be here in Mountain Time. So it's 9 p.m. on the East Coast, and everyone else in Europe, you're probably already having your Happy New Year. So welcome to 2023. I'm excited to be here with everyone tonight. And before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world on this beautiful day of transformation. So if you want to join me, I more than welcome that. I'm going to take a big deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. And just let that love cascade down into our heart, fill us up, and let it flow out to the world. And whether you're watching this on replay or if you are watching live, we all meet together outside of space and time. This beautiful love originates and we bring it down into earth, surrounding the world and each individual. And if you are in need of love right now, we send it to you for your heart, your mind, your body, relationships, loved ones, situations, whatever it may be. We send love to you as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me for that. Before we get started, I do want to share a pick a card reading that came out yesterday, all about love. What does Spirit want you to know about love right now for 2023? And so there's the link to that. And let me just get everything else set up and we will get into readings and see what Spirit has for us on this wonderful occasion. So let me just pop the chat out here, shrink this stuff down. All right. Getting that here. Let me just switch to live. All right. And as always, um, I go in order. If you're new to my channel, it's first come, first serve when it comes to the free readings. I just start at the top and work my way down as many as I can. I am usually on for about 2 hours is where I'm trying to keep myself to. In the past, I kind of, extend to 2.5 hours, but I'm really trying to discipline myself and honor the balance so I don't burn myself out. So I'll be on for 2 hours. And if you do want to have your reading prioritized to make sure I do complete it, when I complete the free reading, when there's a donation, I step out of the free readings, complete those because I do honor that energy exchange, and then step back in order where I left and continue going down the list. So that is how it all works. So we'll get started here. I do see that I do have a donation. Renee, thank you so much. And we will start with you. And if there's no other donations after that, then we'll start at the top and work our way down. So I am going to use the Tarot of Dragons to start off. And we will take a look here, Renee. So hopefully everyone has had an amazing day, a beautiful start of your New Year's weekend. And may this next year just be more full of joy and unconditional love and laughter and gratitude and peace, more than you can handle. That is my wish for you. All right. So, Renee, how does your BFFB view you? And will this show that you're going to have together be successful? So let's take a look here. So we'll see how they view you first. Right. And then what about the show? Yeah, I felt that. All right, just getting some clarity real quick here. All right. All right, I like that. So let's see how they feel about you here. All right. Yeah, so they do see you as like a high priestess. One of the things there's 4 cards here about how they view you. So, and in a good way, not like oh, she's a witch, but she sees you as and I'm sorry, don't say she. I just feel this very nurturing energy from them. So I feel they see you as this individual that you can step back, and not that you disappear, but you do honor your time when you need it to step into to reflect. And they do recognize that you do have some great intuition and some great you know I don't think they really see it as psychic, but they just see that you have a good gut instinct and an intuition, and they do like that about you. I feel here because you have the 6 of Cups. I'm not sure if how long you've known them, but it almost feels like you guys like grew up together, like childhood. Um, people that knew each other for a very long time. And I don't really necessarily feel like that's like physically what has happened, but you do have this connection, like you have known each other forever. Like like, oh, we knew each other in a past lifetime. I feel like you have this kind of connection, or at least they feel that you have this kind of connection. They see you as the Sire of Cups, the King of Cups, so they do see that you balance heart and mind. So you don't get not that you don't like you are like uh, overly emotional or overly too logical. You have a good balance between. I mean, we all have little sparks here and there when things trigger or we go into our tasking mode. But for the most part, they see you as this balanced individual between heart and mind, and a lot of fire, Knight of Wands. So they see you have a lot of energy, which they do like. You're very energetic. You can get things done. You put your mind to things, and then you just let's go. So very motivated. I feel like they see you that way too. Yeah. So about 5 years since college. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it feels like you guys have known each other for a long time, is what is like the bond that you guys have. And then as far as the show, um, I like this here. So the first 3 cards around it are, putting your fears to rest is a big important piece of that. Just to let it go, really see things from a higher perspective. You have the 6 of Pentacles, which is allow a beautiful giving and receiving energy to come in. You don't have to overdo things. Allow yourself to really receive. I feel like these really have this energy of the fears are, well, I don't deserve to receive, and that's kind of underneath the surface. So really look into that, because you do deserve to receive. And you have the 2 of Cups, which does show this great friendship that you have between each other. So there is this allow, give and receive between you and your friend, and then also between you and the public, and for the show, and that you deserve to receive as equal to what you're giving. So I feel like there's an important thing that going into the show is really look into that subconscious feeling that you have to overgive in order to receive, but you don't. You deserve to equally give and receive what you're giving. Yeah. And I really like the outcome Here is you have the star card, which is wish fulfillment and hopefulness and bright. You have the Page of Wands, which is new passion, new drive, new energy. And I feel like through this experience, it feels like a dream come true. And it just gives you even more excitement, both of you, to do more. And it does create a spark in others too, because you do have the Six of Wands, which is victory and recognition. So you're seen and you're recognized, and so out of all those, you have a beautiful, beautiful outcome from the show that it sparks more to come. So put your fears at ease, but look into that. That kind of tendency to want to overgive in order to deserve. It goes back to all our childhoods where we had to do extreme things to get attention, but you don't have to do extreme things to get attention. You can just give of your heart and what you guys are giving, and you totally deserve to receive. So don't don't sell yourself short. Definitely not. So enjoy this wonderful adventure that's coming up here, and I do like the bond and the interactions between you guys. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Yes. Yep. You don't have to you don't have to be more, try to please, whatever. Just share this beautiful brightness that you are, like the star, in this night sky. Just be yourself and shine bright, and people will be like, "Ooh, ah." So I like it. All right. So again, thank you so much for your donation, Renee, and your consistent donations. I really appreciate the energy exchange. So have an amazing, amazing New Year's Eve tonight, and thank you for being here. All right. Happy New Year. All right. So I don't see any other donations. So we will start at the top for the free donations and make my way down. Thank you guys already for all the thumbs up you've given the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you for being a part of the love tsunami, as I call it. All right. So Anjali, the Virgo, you are up first, and you want to know when and how you'll meet your soulmate, and why are you unable to recognize him? Okay. They're keeping them secret from you for a reason, huh? Let's take a look here. So let's find out why you're unable to recognize them first. Okay. All right. And then how will you meet them and when? All right. All right. So you're unable to recognize them here because there's some stuff that has to happen first. And they have the whoops, I guess I can do the camera over here instead of showing myself on my computer. It's going to be a fun night. So you have the Tower card. There are some things that need to be moved out of the way first, and they want that so that you have a clear view of them, because you do have the Knight of Cups, which is going to be a movement of emotion. So there's some emotional things that they just want to move out of the way, um, so that it doesn't, I just want to say taint, so it doesn't taint the emotional experience when you get in there. It's like they want 'em to move these things so they don't contaminate, is another word they're using, the emotions that you have when you recognize them and when they come in. You don't want to have any preconceived ideas that are still there that trigger to, like their example they're giving me is, past relationships where people had a tendency to be a certain way, talking like two-faced and boasting of themselves and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, "Ugh." And so when they mention something purely from their heart about something they're proud of, that they accomplish in their life, normally it would trigger and go, "Oh, here we go. This person that just is so full of themselves because of these past relationships and interactions you had. This will be pure, and you'll see it, and you'll be able to really not have it impact it. You're going to be able to feel the sincerity that they have. So it's that kind of thing that they're having here, because you also have this getting more truer to your authentic self, not being pulled off the track by what people, afraid of what people will think if you don't, do what people are expecting, or losing people's support. You're really refining that. And they also want that to be pure so that you are yourself. It's like almost completely yourself with an individual without this stuff. You're still cleansing and purging some things to make it such an amazing experience that they want, which will open up this opportunity. So that's why you're not able to recognize them yet, is because they just want it to be so clear, that it's just this whole unique thing. They're showing me like a table, like a dinner table, and other people had sat at there before, and even though they've cleared away the plates and the food and everything else, there's still stains like on the tablecloth. And what they're wanting to do is completely remove the tablecloth, scrub the table, vacuum and clean up and sweep and mop all around the table, and super clean the chair. And so it's like brand spanking new. So it's a whole new experience instead of having leftover stuff that's still remnant there. And so they're doing that just for this beautiful, beautiful experience. Um, how you'll meet them, you have this fiery wand here, the Page of Wands, and the Four of Cups. And it's interesting because, like I was talking about, these are the three cups that are going to get removed, and there's going to be this clean table. And I actually feel like it's at this, for some reason, this Page of Swords is representing an event for me, like an event that has a lot of excuse me, inspiration, and um some sort of gathering. And I feel like you meet them, and maybe it's a wedding, because I feel like it's this gathering where they're toasting, like they're the ones that are offering a toast, like literally has a cup in their hands, and that's where you notice them. And then at that event, whatever this toast is, I just think it's a wedding, but maybe it's not. It could be any kind of an event where, they're talking about something and toasting. But I feel like it's that kind of event where it's doing something you love, doing something that you're passionate about, and that's where you guys meet. As far as the when, I know. You have the full card here, so it's at a special beginning of your in your life. There's an ending of something, significant ending, and a significant beginning, and you are in this place where you're feeling whole and complete, though. So it's not like something devastating, that a time of your life, but it is a significant um, time of movement and change in your life. Yeah, because you have the Ace of Swords too. So the Ace of Swords is newness, along with that full card. There's this change of belief, this change of communication, and it's at that time of your life when this happens. I kind of feel like this is, um, I feel like with all this newness that it is next year in 2023. um, yeah, but they're not telling me. I'm kind of getting mixed, uh, like time frames within the next year, because it all depends upon this, the beginning thing we were talking about, with the being the authentic you, and the replacing of the tablecloth and all that stuff going on. It's like that's all dependent upon how fast you work on that and release things and transform things and let those things go. But I feel like the earliest would be like May, is what I feel. But that's like the soonest with you really applying things. But definitely by the end of the year. So that's why they're giving me this wide range because it all depends on that inner that you're working on. So that is what they have for you, Anjali. So hopefully that helps and many blessings to you. I'm excited. All right. Happy New Year. All right. Okay, so let's take a look here. So Esther E, you are up next. Let me take a quick sip here. All right. So when will you meet your soulmate? And is this the person you'll get married to? All right, so let's take a look here. And we're going to ask your next soulmate. And we'll see if you get married to them, because sometimes we'll have a soul partner and a soulmate can be just the next relationship that you're in. Okay, and they're saying what you're looking for is your soul partner, the person that you'll end up with in this life. And I'm going to ask if it's going to be the next one. So the next one you meet. Okay. All right. So when will you meet them? You actually, it's going to be after a period of time here. Yeah. Oh, wow. Pretty, pretty. I like this. Wow. Okay. Sorry. I should like, if you guys don't want to see me, I should just have the cards so you can just see the cards right away. But you have the Hermit card, which is a time to yourself where you are doing this inner reflection. And I was going, wow, 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 because you do during this Hermit's journey here, you do have you have three eights. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. This is all about during this period, you're walking away from emotions that no longer serve you. You're really understanding your own. These are the Eight of Swords. All your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets have been making you feel bound and blinded and trapped. And you're doing the work. And after you do the work, that is when the movement happens in the outside world where you get to meet them because you do have the Lover's card come in after that. But the important thing is because you have the Queen of Cups, which she rolls over water, and all the queens are given additional water. She can dive deep, and she really goes inward on this journey. So they are definitely having you go into this. It doesn't mean you have to be a complete hermit, but definitely taking time to look into your emotions, to dive deep, trusting your intuition and your connection to spirit as you go through it to help you release all those things. So all of that, takes time to release stuff. And so the when it's all, like we were just talking about with Anjali, there's a minimum of, okay, if you just totally dive in to looking at those things and doing that beautiful reflection work to have it go, then it happens faster. It speeds up and it goes. And I feel if you do that, it is like this July timeframe is like the earliest, July, August, and then into February, March of next year, depending on how much you do this. Now, I asked, will you get married to this person? Let's take a look here and see about marriage. Well, with the Lover's card, I mean that is a romantic relationship. Um, and I didn't get like the official Four of Wands or a Hierophant, which is commitment, marriage type stuff. But I feel like with this, you do got the Emperor, which is the four, which is about running an empire, together. They really take control. So I feel like they're so organized and they want things a certain way, that marriage would be a part of it. Because I don't feel like they would. I feel, and for some reason, with the Six of Cups is normally like someone from your past, blah blah blah. But I feel that it's just they have this old fashioned type of like, no, no, I want to be married. I want to be married. They like that the feel that they had from their childhood with their parents being married, and that you know feel around it. Um, and they're very passionate too, which is good. So I like that. When I asked it, will it be like, well, is it going to be the next person, like your next soulmate that you meet? Because we all have a variety of soulmates in our life, whether it's family or friends or romantic or not. But the next romantic soulmate, are they the one, or is it a stepping stone to the next? And when I asked that, I got the universe card, which is ending of old cycles and the beginning of the new. So it would be that this is it. It's the end of the cycle of dating. It's the end of the cycle of searching. That the next one that you meet, that is truly the soulmate feel, not just someone dating that you were like, well, they'll do. You'll know. You're just going to be like, okay, here they are. That will be the one. So I like that for you, Esther. So that is what they have for you. So many, many blessings, and may you have an amazing 2023. You're like, oh, I know. You're very welcome. All right. So the next reading we have coming up is for sweet love, and you'd like an angel message. And excuse me, I do feel like they want to give you one of these Earth Magic Oracle cards for the message from them. So let's take a look and see. What do you have for sweet love, please? All right. This is the one, and you got, you got the cave, the sanctuary. See if we can get that to focus a little better there. So let's take a look here. Are you caving? Are you being drawn inward? Let's take a look here. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of C's in here. Okay. There we go. So the message the card brings you, it says, there is a quiet, still place inside of you that will always be available as a sanctuary. Yet finding such a space in the natural world will enhance and complement this internal place of peace. Whether it is a cave, a meadow, a forest, a seashore, or any other setting in nature, this is where you can see, hear, and feel the presence of the Creator in your surroundings. Let it become a temple for your heart and soul. Rather than having your computer, television, or any other human made device or activity be your sanctuary, allow yourself to discover the perfect place in nature where you can simply be and breathe. Doing so bridges the connection between the internal and the external, facilitating a spiritual communion that allows your being to be aligned in dramatic and quiet reverie with all that is. In today's busy world, it becomes even more critical to set aside time for sanctuary, even if you have to schedule it. I know these days you have to. It's like really carving out time for that. And it's important not just to, we have it within us where we can connect to it at any time, but we can develop that even more so when you find somewhere in nature that brings you that feeling that you can go to reground yourself. And it's helpful if it's somewhere close by, probably not your own backyard though, because I know how that can be when you go into your backyard and you're like, oh, I got to do this. And I really should replace that fence. And oh, I got to dig up that garden. And what's that over there? Uh, we get into our expectations of what we should be doing with our backyard instead of going to a park or somewhere nearby that brings that to you. So I like that for you, sweet love, that your angels want you to have and withdraw to this quiet place so you could really connect with them and the creator. And it starts with finding somewhere out in nature to help draw that line together between the internal and the external. So I really like that for you. So that's what they have for you, sweet love. Many, many blessings for you. All right. So, Kritika, you are up next. So, who is your future husband? His nature. Have you already met him? Let's find out what spirit has for you here. All right. So, first, we're going to ask, we're going to go backwards. Have you already met him? All right. You have the justice card here. They're like the balancing scales. Um, with the ace of swords down here, with higher viewpoint, cutting away things, cutting away old expectations and thoughts and beliefs. I don't feel like you've met them. This feels very new, like there's something that's going to come in and balance the scales from what you've had and who you've met in the past, and your thoughts and beliefs and ideas around who it should be and supposed to be and need to be. I feel like that the work that you're doing with cutting away these expectations and all these restrictions, it's going to allow this fresh start instead of someone you knew before and you have all these stored memories and stored um, ammunition to bring out about what they did. We're human. It's in there. And if it's someone new that you meet at a new level of where you're at with your vibration, you won't have all that baggage. And that's what I feel with this is it's a fresh start on an empty scale instead. So I don't feel like you've met him yet. Let's talk about his nature here. And if it will help you identify who it is when they do arrive. Okay. All right. Anything else? All right. So, first of all, the good news is that they feel they're both internally secure and successful and abundant, but it also rolls out into the 10. Do I have them reversed? Okay. So here's them feeling whole and complete within themselves. And then the 10 of Pentacles, their outside life, it's also that way. So abundance is a good thing around this. So the nature of it is, who are they? They're uh, wealthy in a variety of ways, both in friendships. Their life feels full, and you get to help be a part of that fullness and that wholeness. You get to partake of it and be a part of it as well. So very, um, they have their worth found within them, so they're not uh, stressed trying to achieve all this great grandiose things in the world, and with money and popularity and blah, 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 they feel very secure in themselves, and because of that it just naturally draws abundance because they have this energy of abundance about them. And then the other thing, I mean, they've been through, they've had disappointments, they've had this, and they've, allowed themselves to feel their feelings. But they also, with the Six of Cups here, they've transformed old emotion, old fear, memories and different things. They've done a lot of transformation of those, understanding them, allowing themselves to experience them. So they haven't stuffed everything down below. They've allowed themselves to feel, which is good. I really like that. Because the Page of Cups is they have a new awareness or a new viewpoint of emotion. Whereas when they were younger, they were told to suppress and not feel and blah, 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 and had a lot of stuff that disappointments and things, but they really processed them and have done that. So I like that emotional maturity that is there as well, which makes sense. Why that Nine of Pentacles, they're feeling this wholeness and this abundance within them too. So there, it is someone who uh, isn't just outwardly trying to have this abundance. They've have the inner abundance, which then is reflected out in the outside world, instead of them trying to find abundance in the outside world to define them. So they've have the reverse, which is very healthy, which I like for you. So that's what we have for you right now, Kritika. So many blessings for you. All right. So continue moving down the list. All right. So, Sandra, what's coming towards you in your love life next year? Will there be a new person coming in? Okay. Let's take a look here and see what's coming for 2023. So, what is going on with Sandra with love? Okay. And will there be a new person coming in? All right. So, regarding love life, uh, there's temperance and patience here. And I know when we get this, we're like, oh no, but this is the Two of Cups. This is love. And so there's love is slow. It's going back and forth here to give you time. It's like it's slowed down in order for you to look into the Eight of Swords here. You actually have the Eight of Swords and you have the Strength card, which is the major arcana number 8. And what you learn through this, you're looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around what love should be, what I'm supposed to be in love, and who they are supposed to be, should be, need to be. A lot of beliefs that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. So, a long list of things that can make you feel blinded and bound and trapped here. But what I like here is, the Ace of Swords is put down in your higher self, because this is your human self that it came down here to experience all this life and love and everything else. And it's told to look outside of itself for its wholeness and its completeness. When it does, it's disappointed because people change, they leave, they pass away. We're also told to look at situations to define us and things and possessions. All that stuff is unstable, where eventually we're just kind of sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and disappointed all the time. Well, that's when our higher self makes themselves known to our human, and we begin this beautiful bond, this beautiful understanding, connecting inward and upward to the love that we've been looking for, a love that's unconditional and eternal. And that becomes a foundation that fills up the empty spot in our heart. And then we fill up and the love overflows. So, whereas before, when we would look outside of ourselves for our fulfillment of love and we're disappointed, instead, with us finding the fullness within ourselves, now when someone offers love on the outside, it's above and beyond. There's not a uh, desperation of this has to fulfill me. It's like I'm fulfilled. I'm finding this love within myself, but you are dessert, and we always make room for dessert. And it's wonderful. It's extra. It's above and beyond rather than falling short. And so it does transform your approach to love and your experience of love uh, just in a huge way. A new person coming in this year, you have the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is recognition and victory. So that would be a yes, that there will be someone coming in. But the Temperance, it's slowing down. I kind of feel like with these eights, that it will be like August is when, um, when you meet this person, when this person enters your life. So you have some time to work on yourself, and I feel like August is like the latest it would be. But the faster you work and the more you work on releasing those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets, those fears that are related to losing conditional love and that desperation we feel, I need love and it has to be out here, when we realize, the more you work on your self love, inward and upward, the faster it can come. But I feel like August would be like the latest it would come in, but you have an opportunity to have it come sooner depending on how much you work on the inside. So that's what they have for you, Sandra. So I like it. Many blessings for you. All right. Very good. All right. Thank you guys for answering questions and helping out. I appreciate you supporting one another. All right. So, Aditi, you are up next. So, what's the universe's message for you? And I do feel drawn over here to the Priestess of Light Oracle. So, let's take a look and see what the universe's message is that they have for you. And you got the friendship, support, fun, unity, and play. Yay! It's time for some friends to have some fun. And it is card number 14. So the two smiling young women on this card look out over the beauty of their homeland with joyous appreciation. The profound kindred connection they share is clearly a wellspring of ongoing support and happiness. So, this card is telling you that it's important, it is an important time to reconnect with friends and loved ones in order to experience the camaraderie and joint intentions of your soul group. There is a powerful vibration that comes from a connection forged in shared history, philosophy, and loving experiences. It is a palpable yet yet often unspoken union that brings deep feelings of support. This may or may not be the family of your youth, but when the resonance of these individuals vibrate in harmony, innocence, and enjoyment, you can rest assured that it is the family of your soul. You may have been feeling the need for support lately. If so, let yourself turn to those you know who will allow you to express all your deepest desires and fears without judgment or derision. Unite with others of like mind so you can continue to support each other through good times and bad. This card also encourages you to get together with others for the simple intentions of fun and play. The times when you share these magical vibrations will spread the irresistible resonance of joy exponentially through your life and theirs. Always remember, you deserve to let go, to have fun, to come together with the happy souls that lift your energy and fill you with hope, comfort, laughter, and unbounded bliss. The affirmation for that card is: I open myself to the supportive connections around me. I join in the fun and joy that these loving friendships can bring. And I feel like if you were thinking, "Oh, should I plan that trip? Should I go visit?" This is an absolute yes, a nudge for you to go reconnect with some old friends, old family, whatever it may be. But it is, if you were like, "Oh, I really want to go see them," make it happen. Plan it. Start making intentions towards it. Start, if it takes money you don't have, start planning for it and saving for it. And with that opening of it, I feel like you'll get some good deals on traveling if it requires travel. But I feel like they're saying it's time, go for it. I like it, and of course, you could be partying right now for New Year's Eve, for all we know. But but they definitely want you to get together with that soul group, those that you can be yourself, like I said, without fear of judgment. All right, so that's what they have for you, DT. Many blessings for you. All right. So we'll keep going down the list here. Next up is Shay B. And you met with D a few days ago. And what he felt after you met and what's coming towards you guys. All right. Let's take a look here and see. What did D feel after you met? All right. All right. And then what's coming towards you? Okay. All right. Well, I mean, first of all, I got the Two of Cups. So there is this connection that he felt between you. And I had the Hierophant too, which can be the consideration of commitment, because it is discovering your truths. What are you wanting to commit to? What are you wanting to move forward with? And so I feel like they're really contemplating that because you have the Ace of Pentacles. So they do see this as a new opportunity, a change in the outside world that's coming there. Yeah. But we have the Sire of Cups, the King of Cups, balancing heart and mind. So they have all this on their heart, but their mind is also trying to figure everything out. So, I feel like they're a big thinker, and they really rein in their heart. They have a really tight control on their emotions and their heart. Probably a lot of air in their chart or an air sign. So they're like, yeah, I know, my heart feels this, but I got to think about this and I got to think about this. And let me just look about the whole thing. Let me just see it from different perspectives and viewpoints and let me understand. And that's what I feel is going on with them there. Um, because we do have we have the Emperor card, which is all about the control, the organization, really wanting to be in control of things. But there is this Eight of Cups, which is leaving behind emotions that no longer serve. And I kind of feel like that's kind of some of what is going on to you two, for both of you, letting go of the old emotions, the old uh, interactions you had with other people, and releasing a lot of emotion to allow you guys to move forward too. So that is an important piece of it. I kind of feel like it comes fast though, because you have the Knight of Wands, which is the fastest moving knight out of them all. So there is this movement, forward, forward, forward. But I feel like it goes from like 0 to 60 miles an hour because I feel like this stuff has to happen first, and then once that is, then it's just like it's almost like they have their heart on a leash, and they're like, nope, all this stuff needs to happen. And then when it does, they're like, okay, and they let it go. And then it's like, whoa, and it's like, where did this come from? It like takes leaps forward. Almost, it feels like almost out of nowhere, but it is taking time. They are doing all their thinking and all that contemplation with that as well. But there is that heart there. The Two of Cups does show there is that romantic interest there and that romantic connection. They just really control their heart. So that is what they have for you, Shay. So many, many blessings for you. All right. So next up is Queen Angie and your love life for 2023. Currently single. All right. So let's see, what does Spirit have for love for 2023 for Queen Angie? It's all about Queen Angie in 2023, right? All right. What else, please? Okay. Well, there is an interesting balance happening here because you have the emperor who really likes to control. I mean, they rule over all the kings, and here's the sire or the king of swords, which the king of swords not only rules over air, but all the kings are given an extra helping of air. So this is a lot about in the mind, lot of s- taking a strong effort towards looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around love. What is a relationship supposed to be? What is love supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? Who are they supposed to be? There's a lot of, you know, roles that were given growing up, right? And they're all rooted in these fears of losing conditional love, and this we have all this stuff that is created, but it ends up caging us and it's limiting us, and we miss out. When we have all these blinders that come on with expectations, we miss opportunities out here we can't see past. So I feel like in the beginning of the year here, they're really saying, with that emperor and with that sire of swords, to really dig into that and do a really thorough examination of where do these come from? Why do I believe this about myself? Why do I have such a strict path that things have to come to me on? Because if it has to be here, it takes a lot for this individual to come into our life in this exact way with us being the exact way. We miss out on all the stuff out here, right? So the more we cut away and release those, the more we let the creator in the universe bring that person to us that's in alignment with our highest good instead of our what our mind has been told by opinion of a lot of people in the outside world of who it's supposed to be and how and blah blah blah, right? So I'd like that because it's like they're really saying this is the time to do it. We really want to do a thorough cleaning of that. Because when you do, that emperor also is the Aries energy, which is a lot of fire, and it starts brand new things, which you also have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands coming in. So definitely new passion, new desire come in as a result of you clearing away because you have this new energy that comes back to you first because all that trying to live up to all those expectations takes a lot of energy that we're investing to try to avoid this fear, and all that energy comes back and it allows you, it inspires you, but it also sparks a new passion with someone in 2023. And you have the Queen of Wands, which you can see here. They have that Ace of Swords, and she really, this is you, you can really fine tune and focus that passion, that energy you have to go places in life and to clear things away. They also, you can see the black cat they have here. There it is. Um, they represent the connection to spirit too. Says all the queens are given an extra in addition to what they rule over, which she rules over fire, obviously. They're all the queens are given water too. So that's this emotional connection and the ability to connect to the intuition and the higher self. So the more you clear away the fears, the more the energy rises within you, the more clearer you see, and the more clearly you can point your energy and have movement as well, which results in passion. So there is this really looking into that, but you definitely have it, that passion that ignites in 2023. Just the more we work and do that thorough cleansing of all those expectations, that's what's been kind of keeping you in this holding pattern for a little while because they don't want you to do what you always did and get what you always got. Your soul, your higher self, they're ready for the next level of type of love, not the old stuff that didn't please you, didn't satisfy, right? So that's what they have for you. So many blessings, Queen Angie. That's what they have for you. All right, so we do have you're back with another. Yay! Thank you, Renee, so much for your donation. So let's take a look here And so we've got, do we see you traveling abroad again next year? Will you be able to travel while working? Okay, let's take a look here. So, the first part of the question, all right, and the second part of the question. Whoa. Okay, that was a little bit much there. Okay, but I do want that one. All right. So traveling with, okay. All right. So I do see here when you got a lot of fire coming in here. You do have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is about just cutting away the expectations, the fears that are related to the ability to travel, is that what I feel like this is zeroing in on. It's like the more we release, the more we focus on what we do want, because all this fire energy is about directing your energy and really focusing it on what you're grateful for, what you do want, rather than what I feel is missing or what I fear might happen or come into my life or what's in my life that I don't want. This is like transitioning the, um, you know, sh- energy to go in that direction, because you have the Emperor, which is this Aries energy of I am taking control and this is what I'm going to do, and really grasping the use of your energy, because you also have the King of Wands, which is the ruler over your energy. And one of the big things they learn with the Ace of Wands in their hand is wherever they focus their energy is what grows and what expands in our life. So I feel like they're saying, you have every possibility to be able to travel, because you have the Three of Wands, which is changing direction and would represent travel as well, if I can get it to focus there. Anyway, there's ships down there that are traveling. So it's about boarding a ship, not necessarily that's what you're going to go on a cruise. It's not necessarily that, but it's that you do get to change direction and go in directions. So I do like that. And that would be a yes, that there's this opportunity to travel. And with the, will you be able to travel while working at Sir, we have this Six of Cups, which is normally about the past and nostalgia and memories. And it's interesting because I feel like this is them saying that, like, a yes, that you'll be able to make more memories. Like if you were able to travel and you enjoy traveling and making memories where you're going, they're like, yep, you'll be able to travel and that you'll be able to make new memories as well. Let me just get one other clarification card on here. Yeah, yeah. So Six of Cups, Six of Wands, recognition, victory, movement. So yeah, and sixes are numbers of movement as well. So I like it for you. So definitely some great traveling experiences are definitely possible. So I like it. So that's what they have for you. So thank you again so much, Renee, for your donation and your question. All right, Marietta, thank you for your donation, and you are up. You want to know, what does the future hold for you, and E, should you give up? Okay, let's take a look here. You're very welcome, Renee. So what does the future hold for you and E? That was a lot of cards. In fact, they want me to, I'm going to switch up here to the Runic Tarot. Let's see what they have for me. And what about giving up? All right. All right. So let's see. What does the future hold for you two? Okay. All right. Well, it seems like there's going to be a transition in your guys's future here because you've got both the tower, which is endings and new beginnings, things being moved out of your life, things being moved in, and you have the death card, which is endings and new beginnings. And you have an action card with the Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and communication and seeing things from a different perspective, seeing truths in a different way, uh, releasing of expectations, releasing of old ways of thinking that no longer support, your path. Looking at, thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets, fears of losing, conditional love. So there is this movement of those, and so with those, I feel like that this would be an ending, like it doesn't go long. Just know that when that tower card comes up, though, it means things that happen for you. People are people don't leave us. We're not fired from jobs. We're removed out of a situation, or people are removed out of our path so that we can move forward, or it makes space for something to come into our life. I mean, and you have the Knight of Swords, and then you also have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So, um, and it's interesting because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, and you have the fastest moving knight and another knight. So you have a lot of movement and change that's coming up here in your near future. There's things that will move very fast, and there's things that will take their good old time because you got all three. You've got the slowest, the fastest, and the middle. So you've got thoughts and beliefs changing. You've got energy, a lot of fast movement that's happening. And the Knight of Pentacles is this. They all quest after something too, higher truth, getting your power and holding your power, and looking at your worth in relation to the outside world in a different way, a higher way. So you've got all of this. I mean, really, all five of these are action cards with, the Death Tower and three knights with movement. So there is going to be some significant change happening here very soon. If it already hasn't started happening, it's just all this stuff is unfolding. Because you have the Two of Swords too, which is like you're on a standing in a fork in the road, and when I see that, it's close your eyes and open your heart. Don't make decisions with the mind and the logic. All those, like, we were talking about with the Knight of Swords. I call them small t truths. There are beliefs of opinions that we were given all our life, of the supposed to be and the should be, the need to be, the have to be, and they're rooted in the fear of losing a conditional love from the outside world. And we fear that, but when we close our eyes and we close our mind and go, okay, I'm not going to pay attention to those. I'm going to connect to my high heart, this place of where I feel the unconditional love from up above. And then that's from that space is where I make decisions, not out of fear, but out of love for myself. And it allows you to make clear decisions. Because when we're in fear, we feel confused. We don't know which way to go. Yeah. And you have the moon too. So definitely it's connecting to your emotions, connecting to the higher realms, to understand the unknown and what's, headed for the future. So let me see if there's anything else. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because the Eight of Wands, more action energy coming in. So there is no doubt that there is change coming very fast in here coming up, and just a constant amount of change. that's happening. And it can feel, I know change feels, it makes our little inner child freak out a little bit when there's change that comes. No, out of your relationship. Yeah. Yeah. For you, I feel like all this change, it impacts all of this, the relationship that's going on, but there's so much happening. I just feel like there's a lot of significant change that happens that just takes you to a completely different place. That's for you. It's definitely an improvement for you in your life. But there's just a lot of movement, a lot of change in relationship and in life and thought and belief, and it's just like this huge uh beautiful transformation. It's like a caterpillar. They don't go through a little bit of a, oh look, the caterpillar has wings. It's like, no, they go through this whole transformation, and they leave the cocoon behind when they get out of it to go in places they never would have gone before, having gone through it. So um yeah, it's kind of like in your relationship and in general. Yeah. Just your life is definitely coming up here. So try to remember that it's for you. When it's happening, I know when the tower's burning down, it's like, oh my God, the tower's on fire. But if you know that they're going to, um, if you know the tower's going to burn down, and be replaced with a castle, you don't freak out as much knowing that when the tower's burning down. It might take you by surprise, but it's like, oh, okay, that's right. This tower's supposed to burn down because it's going to be replaced with something so much more for me. No. So relationship and death card, tower card, and then movement, movement, movement in your life to somewhere else in there. So the relationship is ixnayed. Yeah. But it's for you. So remember, it's for me. It's going to be replaced with something so much more in alignment with where I want to be. That's more in alignment with who you are as well. So, so that's what they have for you, Marietta. So hang in there. I know it's always a fun ride when we have that much change coming. And it does, just try to breathe deeply as much as you can as you're going through the change, and just repeat, this is for me. This is for me. This is for me. All right. But thank you again so much for your donation. And you have a wonderful night. Hey, KDP. Hello, hello. 2023. If Jordan will want to reconcile in a relationship, and when he'll be ready. Okay, let's take a look here and see. Will Jordan want to reconcile in 2023? I think this card comes out for you every time you ask about him. I don't know. I think, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me see here. Get some more information here. Right, just a couple more clarifiers here. Okay. So you get the devil card coming up. I feel like this comes in because it's the rattler, the shaker of your cage. I just feel like you usually get something like this that comes up, because it's like um, the purpose of uh, him in your life has been to really rattle your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about yourself, about relationships, around just so much. It just feels like he's shaken, rattled, and rolled, because you have the 10 of swords here too, which is swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, and all of that. And it is this cutting away. You're It's like you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of trying to live up to all these rules and these expectations and everything, especially around relationship specifically. Um, and let me get all these here because this is a lot. Because there's this conflict. The Five of Swords is this differencing of expectations. These different this the having this conflict over small t truths of you have like this is how things are supposed to be and should be, need to be and have to be, and they are this is how things are supposed to be, should be, have to be, but they clash, and it's like I'm right, no, I'm right, and then you try to prove that each of your individual truths are more truer than each other's truths, and that equals war. That's battle, that's war, that's how things unfold. And and there's like this two of wands is I kind of feel well, the five of swords is kind of this too. You can win a battle but we lose the war, because like I was right and they finally admit I was right, but they're no longer in the picture. They're like, fine, you want to be right, you can be right on your own. And I kind of feel like that is the theme that just keeps spinning and spinning, because there's a lot of supposed to be, should be's, and need to be's in both of your minds in your life, that your guys are just very stubborn with each other, and it's like it won't uh, if you're drawn together for a moment, it doesn't take long for there to be a clash, because it's like, okay, we can work this out, but if the when you believe a certain way, you have no choice but to act a certain way. And so when you have beliefs that are so in they're opposing one another, that it's always going to come down to this battle that goes on. And the two of wands is, wherever we focus our energy is what grows too. um so when we focus on what we're missing and what is in our lives that we don't want, and um what else? There's usually something else I mentioned that's totally missing my mind, but it's like what we fear, what's in our life, or what we feel is missing. It's those three things. Is usually those things that we're focusing our energy on that grows those, which brings in conflict, which brings in. But when we focus on what we're grateful for, what we do want in our life, then that expands too. So there's a lot of energy that's expanded, but it just it's just like there's these choices every moment that are going on, that it just feels like that I don't see reconciliation there, just because there's so many uh, just so much uh, opposition is what I feel there, because you do have the queen and the king of wands. They both want to rule, and they both have a lot of fire, and they both don't back down. And so when they battle, there's a lot of fire, right? And so, I just I just really feel like there's the this even though so they have the king and the queen of wands, which have the similarity, but then there's this battling, the stubbornness, the fire within each. But then you go Queen of Cups and King of Swords. So a queen who is the total opposite of the Knight of Sword. I mean, is it the Knight? No, the King. So it is the King. King of Swords, because the King of Swords is given air, and he rolls over air, so he's double thought. And the Queen of Cups is rolls over water, and is all the queens are given additional water, so she's double water. So one end over here of emotions, and one end over here all mind and no emotions. And it's like an extreme water sign with an extreme air sign, which is this, um, which also brings in, I don't understand why you're so emotional. I don't understand why you're not emotional. It just I feel like there's been a lot of opposites, um, that make the differences so different, but then the similarities, there's a lot of fire and stubbornness that's there. So it just feels like it's this tug of war constantly between the two of you. And so we come down to, you know, basically the fates here. The wheel of fortune is like the wheel of fortune changes. It always changes for us, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like it's for us. But fated events, fated relationships that come into our life, and then when they're done, they're we move into something else that's more in alignment. I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, it's the pursuit of all knights have a quest, and this knight is in pursuit of the Ace of Pentacles here, which is their worth in relation to the outside world, seeing it in a different way. And I really feel, Katie, that I don't see that there's this draw for them to reconcile. And I feel like it's spirit saying the wheel is turning, and even though it's a slow turn, the pursuit, the whole purpose behind the fated divine relationship that you guys had in the connection was to turn you inward and searching for this your worth in relation to the outside world in different ways. So I just with all of this, I feel like they just wanted to go into really detail to see the whys of like, this is what you were together for, and it was fated, but there's so much conflict and so much struggle. They're like that. Uh, it's almost like a twin flame. This would, if you've watched my pick a card with twin flames, I must feel like you guys are twin flames, where you chose to come down here and you chose to have this passion and this draw that you just can't get away from one another. But you also are like if you ever did science lab, I never did it where I went, but I saw it on TV, with the Bunsen burners where they have the flasks that sit on the little fires. It's not just passion that draws, it's also you're the fire under each other's butts, that you just force each other in such strong ways to see the things that you want to deal with and have the things that you wanted to face, and you can't get away from it. And it just that's the stubbornness that comes in. You will not um, uh, budge from where you're at, but you're not budging is to have, that's the fire for his butt, and them not budging, has it for for you under your butt. So it's like it's going to be a constant um battle back and forth of him trying to get you to be this way and you trying to get him to be that way. Yeah. And it's yeah, it just keeps, it keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. And so they're the mirror for you to go, okay, what you feel about them, how do you feel about that way for yourself, or how would you like to feel that way about yourself? Like I desire them so much, how do you desire yourself? Or they irritate me so much, well, how am I irritating myself? It's like a huge mirror is what it does for you. So I definitely understand the like, I don't want to pursue it, and that's good. I feel like spirit is saying, yeah, don't pursue that relationship, pursue this relationship with yourself. That's what uh, simmers down the fire within you, because that's where the fire is. It's all a mirror to have you look inward. Anyway, so when we do that, and we do all that, you know transformation of our inner self, then our whole world we see on the outside world changes. And it sometimes twin flames, after they douse the flames and deal with that inner stuff, and they do that work that each other are came down here as souls to go, I'm going to make you see this. And you're like, and I agree to make you see this. And if they do, sometimes they're able to come together later. But I don't want to, it's not always guaranteed either, because if you do it and they don't, it's still flamey. If they do it and you don't, it's still flamey. It takes both of you doing that. So that's what they have for you, Katie. I know. I'm sorry. I wish I had like great news, like, oh my gosh, yes, it's tomorrow. But I know you want the truth of what they bring for you. So that's what they have. So I send you lots of love and lots of blessings, Katie. Hang in there, and just look into your heart, and on that self-love, because that's what they're pointing you back to. I know. So you're like, so who knows? I'm like, no. Stick with the I give up energy right now, and give up on outward and focus on the inward. So many blessings. So thank you. Thanks again for the donation. Let me just check my email. Okay. So make sure there wasn't a donation coming through the email. So we are good there. And all right. So I think we are all done with the donation. So we'll step back into the free readings. And so I'm going to be on, I've been on for about an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm going to be on for about 30 to 45 more minutes, probably till 9 p.m. Mountain. So about 45 more minutes. And so I usually like to let people know that how I work the readings, the free readings, is first come, first serve. So I do go in order down the chat with the questions that are asked. And then if someone does make a donation, I honor that energy exchange. I step out of line, complete that. And if there's no other donations, I step back in line and continue going down the list. The free list gets very long, very fast. I'm usually not able to get to the bottom. So as I get closer to the end, I'll give you some other options. And the good news is I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. and I'm here every night at 7 p.m. Mountain as well. All right. So Valverde, you are up. And so a love reading for you. So let's take a look here. Okay, anything else? All right, let's see what all this is about. Yeah, you definitely have some change that's coming up here, because you do have the Tower card here, which is telling you, I feel like this has already happened. I feel like individuals that were moved out of your life, they just want you to make sure you knew that it was on purpose, for a purpose. And you got a lot of major arcana here. And you had the Devil card, your shadow, also was helping with all this, because they're the ones that are rattling your cage around love, around your ideas, opinions around what love should be and supposed to be, and who you are supposed to be and in love, and who the person you're in love with is supposed to be, should be. A lot of rules. And so they've been really rattling it, moving things out of your way so that you can get this pure experience of questioning your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, because you also have the Emperor, another major arcana, which is about finding stability and foundation and taking the reins, really knowing that you're the one who decides all of those supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's, and that all these opinions that you took on from the past is what kind of caged you in. The Devil card usually shows someone either in a cage or chained, and that's what they're trying to show you, is that the chains that bind you are your own. These opinions you took on from the past that are restricting you, and like it has to happen this way. And instead of going, I want love for my highest experience, and letting it come in the way that it will, and that is more likely to lead to something that's free flowing and beautiful and more in alignment with what we want than trying to control it all. So the emperor, in one way, is saying, let go of the control by uh, getting rid of a lot of the old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that were making it that way. Because you also have the strength card. So four major arcana out of seven cards, which is about life-changing things. So really, around love, there's going to be this significant change because the strength card is your human self and your higher self. And this is the love that we're looking for, the love from our um, higher planes, from our higher self and from creator. uh, and when we come down here, we're told to get it in the outside world, but we know it's all unstable. Relationships with people change, people leave, people pass away, so it's not uh, very fulfilling for long, if at all. Same with situations and things, all that stuff that we're told is supposed to fulfill us in the outside world falls short. But it's designed, it eventually turns us inward and upward to where we connect to this beautiful love that we're able to get up there. And then we uh, fill up with that love, and it changes the outside world. It changes the way we perceive love in the outside world. So there is this transformation, this shaking up of things that's happening here. Sorry, I was kind of distracted because the Nine of Pentacles, I'm like, oh my God, you killed your bear. But I like this Nine of Pentacles for you, because the Pentacles is finding your wholeness and your worth within yourself. And this is the Nine of Swords. It's actually not the Nine of Pentacles. They always throws me off, but it's because there's nine swords here, which are those, when we were talking with the Devil card of your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets and your attitudes, the fears that we have of losing um, um, conditional love is what you're looking at. It's usually called the nightmare card, which is, insomnia. It's keeping you up at night. You can't sleep. And so this is the what's being rattled, and it's like you're almost to the point of exhaustion to let go of it. And then when you do have the Page of Wands coming in. So when you're releasing all of this, you get this energy and this passion that rises within. And like I said, you begin to look at love in the outside world differently. Instead of looking at it for your wholeness, you find your wholeness within. And then the love that you find on the outside is above and beyond. And you look at it differently. It's not a desperate need for it. It's you find what you need inside, and that's all extra. So there is this transformation coming in here. And I feel like we've talked about this a little bit before, because they're not going super, super deep, deep, deep into it. I feel like they're reiterating just that it's looking inward and cutting away these beliefs that allows you to have this freedom around love going forward. So that's what they have for you, Valverde. So many blessings for you. Happy 2023. I know. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. And we are to Toshi. And you'd like a reading for 2023. Absolutely. And I am drawn to these Sacred Forest Oracle for you, for your message that they want you to know right now about 2023. I'm sure they'll always give you more as we go along on this wonderful adventure into 2023. All right. And you got the frog spirit renewal. It's like, oh, you're gonna kiss a frog and get a prince? Let's take a look here. All right. That is card number 20. So the frog's three stages of development, egg, tadpole, and then fully formed amphibian, symbolize renewal, resurrection, and transformation. So this card speaks of a profound restoration of your life that is occurring. It's never too late to begin again. If your past was less than successful, remember this: what has occurred does not need to mandate what will occur. You can start out fresh and new. However, if you do what you have always done, you will get what you've always gotten. It's like I wrote it. In order to reboot your life, you need to do things in a different way. Abounding good luck is activated and awaiting you. So reflect on the varying symbolism of the frog in different cultural traditions and see if any meanings resonate for you at this time. In ancient Egypt, the frog symbolized birth and rebirth. In certain Native American traditions, frog medicine is healing by virtue of its transformative life. Ancient Celts believed frogs represented healing because of its connection with water and the way that it transforms from tadpole to adult. And in China, the frog is a powerful symbol of prosperity, healthy childbirth, and good luck. So the spirit of the frog says, be willing to release any preconceived notions of how life should unfold. This is a time to be adaptable. Be willing to change. Abundance and good fortune will follow. I like it. That's a great message for 2023. Be open and transform. Re-leap, right? Make the leap. I like it. So that's what they have for you, Toshi. So many blessings. I love your green hearts. That's like the green frog. All right. So that is what they have. So we'll continue going down here. And we have Pinky. Will you meet your life partner soon and his hobbies and work? All right, let's see what Spirit would like you to know regarding your life partner. Oh, right. Let me just get some clarification on here. Okay. All right. So you do have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, which does tell me that you're going to meet them soon, because I feel like your wish is more sooner than later, and I like that. But you do have the Tower card here and the Nine of Wands. And when we're talking about like um, meeting them, there's this ending, this things that need to be removed out of your life that are this energetic block, because you have the Nine of Wands here too. And there's something that is still standing in the way here between this and wish fulfillment. So they are showing here the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, which is them nudging you to look into your heart and to really focus in on you right now. And I feel like here with the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups is like there's three cups that are the spilt cups, which are the disappointments of the past. There's emotional pain, emotional, like I said, disappointments from the past that are there that are keeping the fourth cup, which is the cup you're looking for, to be offered. And so they wanting you to kind of just focusing in on your own heart and your own self-love and nurture those wounds. I feel like they may have been pushed down because you didn't want to deal with them possibly. And so now they're wanting you to look at that because they don't want to bring that in to this wish fulfillment card. So they want that to happen first, because they're like, when we look at when am I going to meet them and who are they? What are they going to do? They're like, let's focus on what will bring them first. And so this will help open the pathway, raising your vibration to match that of where they're raising their vibration, and that'll draw you together. But if you don't do that inner reflection and get rid of the transform is a better word than get rid of, because you're transforming those emotions, allowing yourself to feel them rather than suppress them. It'll help you raise your vibration of love to that, to match more of that direction. Yeah. Again, they keep on telling me 7 of Pentacles is what's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree? The fruit. So they're like, it's being delayed on purpose. So both of you guys are working on your inner selves to raise it to where it'll be something different than you've had in the past. Because when we do what we always did, like we just read in the reading for Toshi, we get what we always got. And so, they're having you dive into your emotions, because here we have the Queen of Cups coming in, which she rolls over water and is given water. And so she's dives deep into her emotions, trust her intuition to really connect and understand what it is that can be transformed. She rolls over emotions. So she has a great ability to know that every moment is either of unconditional love or the fears of losing conditional love. If we go back and look at those fears and try to understand more of the emotions that we felt and why we felt them and what beliefs we had around them, we can transform them, and then they get integrated instead of suppressed. And otherwise, it's a computer program that's running underneath the surface that you don't know why. Why did I just blow up at them? Why am I, being so fearful of their actions? What's going on? Because all those things are still running down in the basement that still impact you, even though you may not be conscious, because they've been pushed down. So let me see if they'll give me anything on this. I was like, they keep going. Things will unfold, but this is what we need you to work on. Yeah. Well, at least they give you, yeah, again, Knight of Swords, pursuing your beliefs and thoughts, but they give you the Sun card. They're like, it's victory. It comes, just they are deferring answering your question by guiding you to what they feel is important for you to focus on at this time. So I know, Pinky, we can try back after you focus on self-love and doing those things. But right now they're not giving me nada except that. So I know. But many blessings to you, Pinky. Hang in there, and sending you lots of love. All right. So we'll continue going down the list. All right. So I do have a couple donations, so we will step out and complete these. And thank you so much. I do honor your energy. Eliza, you are up. So is R with A now? Do they really love each other? Or there's something that benefits to one another? All right. So let's take a look here and see what is up between R and A. Okay. Will they break off in January? All right. And a little bit more about that, please. All right. So the first question was, is R with A now? I don't feel like they are, because the Ace of Pentacles is new opportunities in the outside world. So that would mean, because this is togetherness in the outside world, they're like, I don't. This would tell me that no, that they're not, that they're looking for other opportunities. Do they really love each other, or is there some benefit to one another? They had the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups tells us that the 3 cups that were there, usually they have like the 4th cup being offered, and this person is bored. So I feel like they I don't f but they have emotion for one another, but it's not the love that they thought it was, because those 3 cups are empty. They feel not fulfilling. So whatever emotions they had for one another, it just feels like it's not fulfilling, and that they had invested so much energy. The 10 of wands is like exhaustion, burden, and it was just too much. It wasn't worth, that. So they didn't want to invest this energy to not have something that was fulfilling. So, now will he decide to break with A in January? I do feel like there's this choice made here of a new beginning. So they do choose to, like he chooses to go and part. Um, but there's also the Four of Wands and the Three of Swords. This represents disappointment around marriage, disappointment around relationship, coming in here. So, which makes sense with both of these. It's like, you know, this is what happens when this happens, right? So it's like there's this big disappointment around relationship too. So um, I do feel that they do decide to break. And let me take a look here and see. Yeah. So there's still conflict that is happening there. Um, so there's still conflict that goes on after it. So it just feels like they have these ties, um, that the conflict continues even though they, step away. Uh, it feels like it's the, I don't know. It just feels like, I mean, if they're married, it's like, you have joint things together, that you have to decide, and then there's battling over it. Like, no, I want that. No, I get the dog. No, you get the dog, or, whatever. Just that's what they're showing me. Two people fighting over a poodle, but it's like those things happen, but there is a break with it. There. So that is what they have, Elisa. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. They're like, stay clear till the dust settles for sure. All right. So many blessings again. Thank you for your donation. All right, LA, you are up. You want to know how will you be able to get your case transferred? All right, let's take a look here. See what advice Spirit has for you. Good idea, Lisa. You are very welcome. All right, LA, how are you able to get your case transferred? Okay. Let's see what else. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. So I do see here there is going to be a new beginning that's coming up here. And because I see here there's been so much energy invested that you are ready to have your energy go a different direction. It just feels like it's been going into a black hole. But there's this opportunity that's coming up for this new adventure. The thing here, you have the Five of Pentacles, and what helps with this, what helps to be able to get it transferred, is this change in belief about your worth. Because the Five of Pentacles is the outside world, but the Five of Pentacles is like you move from these feelings of feeling abandoned, left behind, or left out in the cold, and it transfers because what happens usually there's a like a big stained glass window in the background with five pentacles, which represents creator, universe, mother and father of all things, whatever you believe your higher power is. And there's this change that happens here when we realize that it's not mankind that brings us what we need that are in control, but that it's the creator, that is our source of everything, that they bring us what we need in each moment. Sometimes it's not what everything we want or all our future needs in this moment so that we feel secure we're going to have everything for the future, but we realize that it's the creator that brings us everything we need, and their love for us is unconditional and eternal. It never ends, and there's nothing we can do to lose it. So we will never have what we need taken back from us like humans do, these human characters that we all interact with. Because when we go into fear, we withdraw and we'll take back support. If you don't do what I want you to do, there's that kind of fear that we have. And so we do feel abandoned and hopeless when we're depending on humans to bring us what we need. But when we transfer that trust to someone that is trustworthy, then we know that what is unfolding is going to be for our highest experience. We can trust that things are unfolding in perfect timing. But when we change all that energy from fearing and all that, it does transform things and have us. It changes the energy. It changes the wheels of fate for us too, because instead of us growing what we're fearing and what we feel we're missing or what we have in our life that we don't want, we're focusing on gratitude and trust and unconditional love and joy and peace, and that expands. Instead, this diminishes and shrinks, and this grows bigger. And I see all that here too, because we do have two choice cards that come in here. We have the mental choice that any moment we are the ones that get to choose what story we apply to any situation. And the lover's card is the emotional choice. We get to choose what emotion we want to feel in each moment. So there's this huge awareness that, regarding your case, what's happening is you're being given this awareness that regardless of what seems to be going on out here, you get to choose what story you apply to it. So what is happening, it's like instead of like I'm abandoned and out in the cold, we transform that to see that, oh, everything is unfolding perfectly for me. I am loved, and I'm going to feel, this love and this joy and this trust. So do you see how like there's, I mean, two powerful choice cards coming in going, I'm the one that gets to control the storyline. I'm the one that gets to control what I'm feeling. And it's about breaking away from the habit of feeling and thinking a certain way because of what we were told in the past. And so this transformation that's happening with all of this. I mean, you have the world card, which is the last card in the major arcana, which is ending of old cycles and beginning of new things, which is where the fool goes. So it's the you're leaving the old ways and you're headed off in this new adventure. So you do have the 10 of cups, which ends up being overflowing joy and celebration and success, and you end up with the four of pentacles, which is also a stable outside world that comes from this transformation of the perception of how you're looking at things. So that is what they are having come in here. So you're able to get your case transferred by transferring the case inside of you from one that is focused on fear to one that's focused on unconditional love and trust of the creator, letting go of that humans are the ones who are in charge, knowing that we're in much better hands and that someone much more capable and trustworthy is in charge instead. So I like it for you, LA. take some deep breaths and just go, okay, you got me. You got my back. Okay. There you go. Way to sum it up. Boom. So I like it. I like it. So many blessings to you. And thank you again so much for your donation. And I send you lots of love. You are very welcome. All right. So we do have another donation. EE, thank you so much. What is in store for you in 2023? And for everyone else, I'm going to be on for about 15 more minutes. After I finish this, if there's no more donations, I'll try to get through as many free readings. But if you do want to make sure I get to your reading in this session, just a donation of any kind. I don't look at dollar amounts. I know every one of us has fluctuating income at different times of our life too, but I do honor your energy exchange and I do prioritize those and I will complete them in this session. Otherwise, I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time and then every night, of course, at 7 p.m. Mountain. All right. So, EE, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about 2023 at this time? All right. Well, so you do have some big change coming in 2023. I do want to show you this card first, as not to freak you out, because you've got the 10 of Cups, which is total just emotional fulfillment, not only wish fulfillment, which is the 9 of Cups, but it is filling up and overflowing out to the world. So a very abundant, emotionally abundant, especially 2023. And I wanted to show you that first because you've got the Tower and you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a good card, and the World card. So, uh, ending of old ways, old cycles. It's victory, but it's ending of old things moving into new. And then you also have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the ending of things. The wheels are turning in your favor. So there is change coming. And the Tower, things being removed out of your life and things being moved in. So all three of these three major arcana for 2023 showing you that you do have all of this stuff that's coming in, but it's positive change. So as things are happening, things being moved out, things altering, things changing and switching, just remember this. Let this be your vision board. Oh, good. Party, you know, uh goldenness, brightness, good things coming in. Because that is definitely it's going to be a year of significant change. So let's take a look here and see what else. Any other hints on what area of the life this is in, or well, because you got the wish fulfillment coming in here. So I was talking about the 9 of Cups, which was before that 10 of Cups. This is the other wish fulfillment card coming in. You do have the Four of Wands, which is stabilized energy. But if you're looking for marriage or commitment, this also has to do with celebration, which can be marriage as well. So those coming in. You have the 8 of Wands, which is a lot of energy and fast movement, a lot of communication from spirit too. So if you've been working on your spiritual gifts and you're trying to expand your intuitiveness and the connection, this definitely is in the cards, as you would say. And the 5 of Wands does show that it's energy in the beginning of the year that might feel like conflict, which makes sense with all this change, but it transforms, letting you know, like in this one, it looks like someone is being about to be burnt at the stake. But the storyline behind it, what we actually find out is that this isn't something of fear, something of conflict, but that these individuals are their friends helping them learn to transform fire. And so that's like they're helping them develop their mutant powers, let's say. So this is a really good card to have here because it's the number of change, another card showing change of next year. So what felt like conflict before will transfer into something else. So I'm liking it for you. Definitely a year of a lot of alterations of stuff and endings and beginnings, but all for you. Definitely so. So I like it. Absolutely. I'm excited to see what happens in 2023 for you, but it looks really good. So that's what they have for you, EE. Thank you again so much for your donation. All right. Renee, welcome back. You never have to apologize about being back. You're welcome here anytime. And he said, we discussed earlier that the job at SAR would be delayed. Do you see you travel abroad alone before having that job? All right, let's take a look here. So is this travel before? All right, let's see what we got here. Well, so the first card that popped up here is the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups, it represents, usually we're focusing on our disappointments, right? And usually they're looking in the 3 of Cups are normally spilt, and the 2 of Cups are the ones that are upright behind them, waiting for them to mourn, these. But it's opposite. So it's the 2 of Cups, which is relationship, which is like with another individual pouring out here. So I feel like what this is saying here, um, that there is this it's an interaction with another person. So you don't go alone. You are definitely going with another individual. And we have the Queen of Swords, which is the balancing of heart and mind that's coming in, and another balancing card in the outside world. So two individuals, and there's with balance, there's two things on either side. So I really feel like all of this was telling you that it is, yeah, with a friend or another individual, someone that you care about, definitely. The Six of Pentacles also, giving and receiving, equal giving and receiving, throughout of it. So another balancing type of card. So I feel like they're all here. And you get the Wheel of Fortune, which is all about things that happen in your favor throughout that. So it definitely is. I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, it's sooner than later. So I feel like it is before you get the job at SER, SER. I don't know, I'm probably mispronouncing that, but SER. And let's see what else they have here. Anything else about this? Any confirmation? All right. What's this? Yeah, Page of Swords. New communication coming in. So I feel like that this opportunity is going to be coming up here, and you're going to be getting some information about it pretty fast here. That 10 of the Wheel of Fortune for me usually means more sooner than later. Yeah. So you do get this individual. So that's them confirming about that. You do have someone you care about that you go with. So maybe they're going to contact you and go, hey, I'm thinking about going here. Do you want to go? And you're like, what? No way. So I do like that. So do they have anything else? I do want to pull a Queen of the Moon Oracle card here. La resistance. So resistance. That is card number 25. Let's see what this is about. So it says familiarize yourself with how resistance manifests for you, the overt and the covert. So if you continue to have doors slammed in your face, turn around. There will normally be an open door. Procrastination is just another kind of fear. So move forward with confidence and persistence. There are two kinds of resistance. The first time we encounter when we keep getting obstacles placed in our way or our way is blocked. For example, we try to get a particular job in a particular field, but no matter what we do, it doesn't happen. This is external or overt resistance. But covert resistance, which occurs when we say we really want to do or complete something, but feel resistance not to, is somewhat sneakier. All forms of procrastination fit in here. Writer's block being a classic example. When we want to do something but get distracted and don't do it, or we just can't seem to engage our will enough, that's covert resistance. When we want to get rid of a bad habit, an addiction, or an old pattern, in fact, anything we're thinking of releasing for a dark moon, and feel resistance in doing so, we have a big dose of covert resistance. We must battle the second kind of resistance like we would battle a crafty and terrible enemy. We must raise our shields and sharpen our swords and have a strategy to remove the resistance. In fact, we must flow through it. It's a battle we might have to fight more than once, but we will be resilient and vigilant and fight if we will. For when we win, and we will win, the rewards are great. Why do we resist the things we say we want? Sometimes we don't really want those things. Most times, though, we're frightened about what might happen if we do get what we've asked for. What will people think? Will we lose our friends and family if we rise? Will it all be for nothing if we try and fail? But we must be willful and we must have courage. We must repeat to ourselves, this is what I really want for me. Yes, I am worth it. And then we stand up straight, put on our crown of sovereignty of our own lives, and go to battle. Yeah, I like it. Companion stone for that is red jasper. So if you're into stones, that can help you with all that. So, will your stock portfolio help you with your travels? So I feel yes, because you have the Empress, which is new birth and harvest and abundance that comes in. They do talk to you about the Seven of Swords, though, because this helps. But the Seven of Swords, which is your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that are stealing from you, those are more important with the energy. But I think it feels like a combination between the two, your change of mindsets about your worth and what those resistances they just talked about, letting those go and really looking at thoughts and beliefs and mindsets frees things up, and it does bring in this beautiful birth though. So I like it. So that is what they have for you, Renee. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for all your donations, and look forward to seeing where you're going to travel. I'm excited for you. I travel in my mind. I stay in the basement. So people who like to travel, I'm like, enjoy. You go on your adventures. I go inward for mine. But I love that people like to travel because someone's got to. Because I'm definitely not. All right. Right. So we actually are at my 2 hour mark. So um, if anyone wants me to, you travel in the gutter. Hey, Whitney, happy New Year to you down under. Yeah, it's 2023 over there already, right? Thank you guys so much again for all the thumbs up that you have given. It does help spread the Zen love, and so thank you for being part of the giant, huge love tsunami that we send out to the world. Um, I have reached all my free readings for this evening, but while I'm giving my closing here, if you do make a donation, I'll make sure I complete it in this session. Otherwise, I will be back in, let's see, 3 hours till midnight and then 11 o'clock. So 14 hours from now, I will be back for my morning session. Rishi, you were going to be the next free reading, but I've reached my limit for this evening. So if you try back in the morning, or what I was also going to say is that if you're needing an answer right now, I also have a ton of free content. So for any of you that I didn't get down to, and there was a lot of you that I wasn't able to get, the list was very, very long. So I feel so bad sometimes that I'm not able to get to everyone, but I'm only human though too, right? But if you do go to my main page, if you click on my name, Brother Zen Mystic Tarot, it'll take you to my main uh, YouTube page, and it has all the playlists. I have like pick a card readings. I have weekly energy updates, monthly readings, solstice readings, portal readings, just a lot of free content. And if you follow your heart, Spirit will guide you to the videos that do have messages for you there. So be sure to check that out. And I do offer personal readings on a sliding price scale. So if you check out the description box of this video, there's information on those as well. And I think that's it, because we're done with the free giveaways. I have the winner that I'll do a recording and release tomorrow for the next winner of the 30-minute personal recorded reading that I was giving out each week up till the end of the year. And this is the end of the year. So I have one more tomorrow. And then we'll find out what else I'm going to be giving away, because we don't know yet. I've been asking them, what do we want to do? And they're like, just hold your horses, mister. So I'm like, all right. So we are figuring it all out, and I'm sure I'll have an announcement video of some sort around that. But here are some of the, let me do some of the pick a cards here, because we did the pick a card that, what does Spirit want you to know right now about love in 2023? So that is one. Here, let me shrink this down so I can see it. There we go. Much better. And then we also had one, a pick a card reading about what message does your soulmate, your soul partner, and or your twin flame want you to know. So that's was a very interesting one, as well as a pick a card with messages from the divine masculine and divine feminine. Yep, so that was one. There was also a really cool one about how you can release blocks from your past. So those are some of the pick a cards. And then while I have it here, here's the winter solstice ones that are good for 3 months, from December 21st all the way to around March 21st. So definitely some, and then of course I put out for next week, this is the weekly energy updates. So for your convenience, you can just click on some of those, or go to the main page too, if you're not specifically, drawn to any of those. So, oh, you're so awesome, Whitney. It takes amazing to know amazing. But again, thank you guys so much for all your love this year. Helping me reach over 1,000 subscribers. I just had no idea what this experience would be for me. And I just feel like I have grown so much and learned so much from channeling messages that you guys ask. And I'm just blown away by all of your thirst to connect with Spirit and to hear messages from them, and the trust that you have in me. I feel very honored that you trust me to connect for you and bring through messages. So, um, Just know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your guys' life that you are truly unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. I love you guys too. I do wish you for 2023 more unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude that you can handle. That is my wish, that you can have so much of it that you almost can't stand it. And that is my wish for all of you. So I don't see any other donations, so we're going to end this session. And please have a wonderful, wonderful New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, wherever you're out in the world, whether it's day or night. And you take care of yourselves, and we'll be seeing you guys soon. I love you very much. Cheers. Clink, clink. All right. You guys take care. Bye bye.